Okay, there we go. All right, something about memorizing, but I forgot what he said. Is that, so anyway, memorizing verses, okay. So what you got to do, it's really simple. All you got to do is you memorize the address first. Don't memorize the verse, what it says, memorize the address. Because if you memorize the address, you'll always have it. And you can go, oh, that's what that is. But if you forget the address, you'll forget the verse, you forget both. So what I say to people, I use 1 Peter 2:24 as an example. You want to say 1 Peter 2:24. You also want to say 1 Peter 2:24 or even 1 Peter 2:24, but you could also say 1 Peter 2:24, but if you'd like, you can also do 1 Peter 2:24 or 1 Peter 2:24. But you want to say 1 Peter 2:24 so many times that saying 1 Peter 2:24 is like whatever. It's like so easy. So what verse am I talking about?
1 Peter 2:24.
That's right. So 1 Peter 2:24. Well, what does it say? He himself bore our sin in his body on the cross that we might die to sin and live to righteousness, for by his stripes we are healed. But you don't need to know the whole thing. You can just say, he bore our sin in his body on the cross. That's good enough. Just get the gist. And what you do is you say 1 Peter 2:24 says he bore our sin in his body on the cross. Where does it say he bore our sin in his body on the cross? 1 Peter 2:24. What's 1 Peter 2:24 say? He bore our sin in his body on the cross. Where does it say he bore our sin in his body on the cross? 1 Peter 2:24. You go back and forth like this. So you do it for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, okay? And the reason is because when someone says, you know, there's some place in the Bible where it says he bore our sin, 1 Peter 2:24, and it comes out automatically, all right? This comes out automatically, right? And it's because you're trained that way. So that's what I do when I'm preaching, I'm teaching, I'll put a verse, it's already in my head, you know, 1 Peter 2:24 says, and that's what I'll do. And so you do that, that's the first part. The second thing is you take a piece of paper and you write down 1 Peter 2:24 on it. Well, you were going slowly, man.
I'm trying to listen.
Oh, you're listening. Okay. Did you miss the airport thing?
No, it's this way.
It's up there?
Yeah, it's
yeah, I'm a side seat driver. So you take a piece of paper and you write 1 Peter 2:24, and then you write out the whole verse, and you do it like the only true Bible, the NASB 95, and you use whatever version, and you put the whole verse there, and you just, that's it. And you fold it up and you put it in your pocket. And you're going along a day or two, a week or two later, there's another verse you want to memorize, like Colossians 2:14, for example. He canceled the certificate of debt consisting of decrees, which was hostile to us. He took it out of the way, having nailed to the cross. Well, that's Colossians 2:14. What does Colossians 2:14 say? And you go back and forth. And you put that down and you write that whole verse. And you carry these with you. You carry this piece of paper with you, and you're in a line, you're bored, you're talking to a girlfriend, and she's talking about a dress, and you're like, so you pull out the piece of paper, and then you do something important, okay? And you have to look at it sideways, like she doesn't know that you're not listening to her talking about a dress. And then it was blue, and then it's like that, and you're like, so then you go 1 Peter 2:24, and so you do that. And then that's how you memorize verses. You keep them in this piece of paper like this the whole time, and the list just grows and grows and grows. It doesn't have to be in order other than how you use them. And what happens is your brain actually says, oh, that's about halfway down the page. And you keep this with you. After a while, you don't need them anymore. You don't need the paper anymore. You do all this stuff. But you got to use it too. You got to use it. And you got to make it make sense, read the context. And that's how you memorize stuff. Is that good?
That's great.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So there you go. That's how you memorize stuff.
What is 1 Peter 2:24?
1 Peter 2:24. That's right. And it definitely works when you're with your girlfriend or your wife, and she's going, and you're just bored. You just go through the verses in your head, and you're like this. That reminds me. This is a little, just an add-on. Once my wife was talking to me about a dress, and I actually did this for a full minute. And it was really hard. I mean, nothing. There was no brain activity going on. I was just breathing. That was about it. And after about a minute, she said, "Are you listening to me?" And I went, "Were you talking?" Something happened. I blacked out for a minute. And she but hey, that's a real skill set that I have. I've developed it over the years. That's just good advice.
Zone out on demand.
Zone out, yeah, but don't let the ladies know that I'm onto them. All right, there you go.
Appreciate it, Matt.
All right,
Thank you.
okay.
That's a good technique.